Oh, cool, that's great.
Mom and Dad, we're here today to celebrate your first 60 years. Stephen and I wanted to have this party in appreciation for everything that you have done for us. And when Stephen and I talked, we thought about the many sacrifices you have made to provide us with a wonderful home and childhood. No crying, Mom. So we are here to reward and honor those sacrifices. So this is the part from Stephen. Mom and Dad, you made old bones. That's Stephen. We love you. We salute you, and happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. And cheers to you. Also, I have to say a special salute to my grandmother. Gama, can you look over here? Who also just had a birthday. Can I tell how old you are? Yes. Okay. Well, I'm not really sure because she's lied about her age for so long. I get confused, but I think she's 86. And, oh yeah, she's 46. But she just celebrated her birthday too, so can we please have a toast to my grandmother, Gladys Moravita. And I would like to invite people at this time who can raise their hand. I'm a teacher. Raise your hand, please, if you would like to come up and speak today. I know we have some volunteers, so if I can just kind of get an idea of who wanted to come up and speak. Bobby, would you like to start?
Oh, sure. I can do this.
I have some special tributes to Mom and Dad.
How are you? I don't know if everybody knows me. I'm Paul's nephew. I do want to see. Can I put the mic down? I love Wally. I always got a good memory with him coming up here, or even last year. Working with him, all that stuff. But driving around with Wally was always a big thing. He was a cool one. Driving around in a pickup truck along with a dump, something stupid as that was a joy. I loved it. I couldn't wait to do it. Riding on the back of a motorcycle, going places with him, just look at an ice cream or whatever. It was great. Great memories. I remember one summer, we had the opportunity opportunity, me and my sister, to go to Disney World. We chose Wally. Don't ask me why. We chose Wally, believe it or not. And most of the time, my thing was to just be with my uncle and just to go for a ride with him. Like I say, on the back of the bike or in the truck, in the back of the truck, whatever, to be with him. It seemed like a better ride than anything Disney had. And I just wanted to know that was just a lot of fun. And still is when we go out, you know. But other than that, me and Rhonda.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if anybody watches David Letter. 10 list. Well, me and Rhonda have 100 bodies top 10 list. Then you know you're getting old, all right? So I'm going to start off with number 10, and that is, you now believe home improvements are a total waste of money, okay, at this point in your lives. Number 9, you wake up earlier than you ever did, and find yourself saying things like, it's so quiet and peaceful in the morning. Number 8 was you insist that your hearing is just fine and the volume control on the TVs was busted. Okay, number 7, a casual conversation with friends includes the word stool sample and colonoscopy. Number 6, you prefer the company of cats and truly believe they understand you. Number 5, a carton of cigarettes today costs more than the first car you ever bought. Number 4, you turn on the oldies station and complain about the crap kids are listening to. Number 3, you tell June you're going fishing with your best friend, and you actually go fishing. Number 2, you complain about all the traffic in Rumney. Number 1, you ask your doctor to prescribe Viagra so to keep you from rolling out of bed in the morning. I'll leave that.
All of you are getting ready for your performances. I would like to read to you, these are some stories that my brother sent that he wanted me to share. And the first one is entitled, My Dad. My dad, the diplomat. What can I say? He doesn't like to see people upset. And here's an example. Soon after my sister and I were born, my dad decided he wanted to raise his children in the country, Romney. As he embraced the country life, he decided to do the appropriate country thing, raise cows. What I don't think he anticipated was that his children would view them as a family pet. So each fall, as the weather became cooler, our cows would run away. I think it was about 15 or 16 before I realized that cows don't run away. That's from my brother, and then he has a funny story about my mom, too. I didn't even know this story, and I laughed so hard when I read it. You'll laugh. This is entitled My Fun Mom. I have to chuckle when I see the extreme cautions parents take with their kids, while driving these days. Not only do kids have to be in a car seat, but they also have to be in it backwards, in the back seat, etc. Not when I was a kid. Back then, a seatbelt was my mom's arm held out, because her maternal powers would surely keep me from flying through the windshield. I even remember one time, after some show or movie, I begged and pleaded for her to let me ride in the trunk, and she let me. Mother, you let him ride in the trunk? I never knew this. Well, today that would probably be a felony of some sort. Back then it was fun. Love, Stephen. And Mr. Pinculus, would you like to come up and share with us? Steve and Jan wrote an article.
This is our way of thanking Wally and Joan for all the good advice they gave us and experience in helping us make decisions on where we should own businesses and what we shouldn't be doing. So we just thought we'd write a little poem. It all began on a cold winter day when we moved to the north just to get away.
We bought a country store to pay the bills and loved our house in the Campton Hills.
Lionel's certainly was the place to be. Wally had come in for coffee and who we could see.
Not only a good customer, but our salesman to boot. He sold us bags, cups, and lids and saved us much loot.
We stayed there 5 years and then we were done. Wally had an idea. He said we'd have fun.
He He lured us to Rumney, a little town to the west, for 18 long years. Now we can surely attest.
That Wally was the one who got the sweet deal. Will we ever stop serving meal after meal?
To get even with Wally's sale to us, Steve ran for selectman to make a big fuss.
I won the election to everyone's dismay. I wouldn't know how. I would now be Joan's boss and make her pay.
She always did her job so well, even when Steve was raising hell.
Wally and Joan surely make a great pair. We wish them the very best as they get gray, white hair.
And thanks for your friendship year after year. Some things in life are ever so dear. Happy birthday.
And now my Aunt Franny, who is my father's sister, in case you don't know, Frances Lovies, is going to come up and tell us some funny stories about her experience with her, I understand, kind of not very nice brother Wally growing up.
No, it's not going to be too bad. I won't roast and toast it too bad. I know I promise. I won't roast either. But anyway, I will mention a few things. But not too bad, really. Started out at 10 pounds. And I thought that was pretty something. And we waited, actually. Mom lost 2 before you. So there's 6 years between us. And, but that's why. There was a couple in between, and we wanted to have a big family, but didn't work out that way. But I think they got pretty busy with you. I can tell you, age 2, I remember you up in that crib still, wanting to be out of it, not wanting to be caged, to be actually on your feet on the floor and running, because that's all I remember, is you running everywhere. But anyway, it worked out pretty good, but what I did was, I was wearing pigtails, and I'd take my bow ribbons off, go up and tie the crib to the doorknob. So the crib would be all over the room, because we'd be down there saying, oh my God, there he goes again. You know? So anyway, that was one of the things. And of course, you kept wondering from then on in. I used to take you shopping with the leash. A leash and a harness. I mean, I don't know if they still do that today. There's a harness and a leash. I'd be out in the street. So there was that, and oh, how many other things, let me think. Yeah, well, once when he went shopping, he noticed the nun in her full habit, and he said, man, look at the black bride. I said, oh. So my poor mother just about went under the sidewalk that day. Not much to do about that. But, and on and on. But anyway, later he got into baseball and was a catcher, and my dad was so proud. You know, he wouldn't miss a game. Came straight from Boston home and never changed his clothes, just went to I think he just took his tie off, went to the games. And there is a picture somewhere, I don't know whether you got a hold of it, of Wally and Dad and the trophy and the whole thing. Yeah. And Dad just about burst his buttons when he got most valuable player that year. So it was pretty exciting, you know. And so Wally did okay. Later on, we built a pool together with he and his high school chums. And they dug off the end, had a wonderful time. So we had a lot of fun in Stonehenge after we left Medford, you know, with that pool and everything. When Dad wasn't too well, it was really fuzzy, and Dad would be around the pool to talk. So, well, I remember you and your chums digging away for that pool, and you sure did enjoy it afterwards. So. A lot of fun things. I remember Ma, too, this is very special about Mom. when you were doing the baseball games, they put on kind of a benefit for money for a baseball team. I don't know if you remember this or not. She dressed up as Emmett Kelly. She did her whole face up and everything. She was wonderful. And she swept, you know, with the broom, the way he did. Do you remember when he swept with the broom? And that was just making the swept the light. I think they're showing the spotlight. Yeah, and she kept sweeping that. She looked exactly, it was unbelievable how she made up her face. I don't know how she did that. It was fabulous. Yeah. So, a lot of fun things to remember. And we had a lot of fun with it. So, you know, let somebody else do it for us.
Doug, would you like to come up and share your story about the wet sneakers?
Oh, go on, Doug.
Is Jan going to read it? Okay. We have a funny story about Wally's wet sneakers that Doug wrote. Doug Fisher. I can find it. Dougie's style, I'm sure it's a funny story. Wally and the wet sneakers. From 1950 to 1956, Wally and I spent 2 weeks together every summer. I would go to Stone, Mass for 1 week, and then Wally would come to New Hampshire for a week. I don't know which one of us had the better time, me in the city or Wally in the country. The first thing we would do when Wally got here, West Rumney, was to head for the river. Down the dirt road, across the meadow, down the embankment, and there was our river. Our river. Big adventure, swimming, camping out, hijacking girls' summer camp canoes for a free ride to the Green Bridge, fishing, you name it. Well, Wally had gotten his new black high-top sneakers, not going across the field. And when we got to the river, we couldn't untie the laces. So into the river we went, sneakers and all. We swam, fished, went to the store for a soda, and came home for supper. That night, getting ready for bed, Wally still couldn't get these sneakers off, so he climbed into bed, still wearing them. I looked over the next morning, and there were those black high tops sticking out from under the covers. Another day of playing, swimming, etc., and those U.S. kids had become a part of Wally. By the third day, his feet were so sore and swollen, he couldn't stand it anymore, so we went to my mother, his Auntie Greta, and asked if she could untie them. Of course, she said, and started, she said, and started to, of course she did, and started to untie them. It took her more than 20 minutes, and she asked Wally how long he had worn them. He said, since I got here Saturday, this being Wednesday night. That struck my mother so funny, she laughed and laughed until tears came down her cheeks. For years after, she would remember the Wally and the wet sneakers story. It would take 20 minutes to tell the story because she would be laughing so hard. Thank you. And speaking of the memory book, did you all see my little poem out there that I wrote? I know you love it when you receive things like that in the mail. So if you didn't get a chance to send yours back, or if you brought it today, you can just stick it in the basket and I'll add it to our memory book. And also, if you didn't have a chance to do it, I put extra paper and pens and things like that. So I'd love it if everyone could write them a message and we'll add it to the memory book for them later.
They're the oldest of the bunch.
If there's any question that Chris is a teacher, she just spelled that rumor. You'll pick up the paper, you will fill out it, and you will put it in the book and return it to me as soon as possible. And I'll call you if you didn't do it, and remind you again. I met Wally in the late 80s when he decided to change careers. Actually, it wasn't a voluntary change on his part, but after they got done with the courtroom, it became imperative that he had to make a change, and so we decided to go into the coin business because It had been a hobby for many years, and he decided selling paper maybe was that period in his life has gone by. I liked Wally right away, but I began talking with a few people that knew him. I think Bobby Cormier and maybe Doug and a few people, and they said, well, you may like him, but you should be aware of the fact he's really cheap. I hadn't seen that side of Wally yet, so the time went by, and we decided to go to Florida on vacation together, Wally and Joan and Nancy and I, and so we started talking about where we stayed and everything, and Wally says, I got this great place on International Drive. Well, of course, he goes down every year to go to the coin shows, and so he discovered the place out. And I said, well, how much do the rooms cost? He said, $22 a night. And I said, oh, my God, this is going to be beautiful, right? Well, we get down there, and sure enough, it wasn't a bad place. And he called about every hotel in Orlando and found the cheapest one, which was $22 a night. I want you to know he's now up to $30 a night. So 16 years later, and he's had to move off International Drive. He's over in Kissimmee somewhere on Route 4 and has to drive into the convention every year. So that was the first indication that maybe these people had some insight on Wally. But then I saw how he treated Joan, and he was very generous, always very generous with Joan, no matter what she needed. I mean, he lets her keep $15 a week out of her paycheck. I thought that was pretty generous. And he thinks nothing of giving Chris $50 so she can go buy his Christmas present for her every Christmas. And I saw how he felt about Joan when she stopped in at lunchtime one time and said she'd just gotten back from the dentist and she had to have a root canal. And Wally started to grimace, and it was going to cost $750 for this root canal that she had to have. And he said, oh, Joan, he says, I wish I'd known this sooner. He says, I just spent $1,000 to increase the size of the doghouse. He said, Dennis and I just decided to go from a 90 to 115 horsepower on the new boat we just bought. He said, I wish I'd known this sooner, and I just sent the final payment on our trip to Alaska. He says, we just can't afford that, Joan, and you're going to have the damn thing pulled, that's all. But he had a tear in his eye as he said it, so I knew that in his heart he really loved Joan. It just, the root canal just didn't rise to the level of priority that some of the other things in his life did. We've had some great times together. We've gone on cruises together, and in the memory book you'll see, this is another indication that he was a tad cheap. We're sitting at, when you're on the cruise, they have the entertainment every night. Well, before the show, they play a bingo game. And so it's a one game for each show, and they wanted $20. So I said, Wally, why don't we split a card, Oh, geez. He said, that's $10. I said, come on, Wally, give me the $10. So we bought the damn card. And I said, all right, I'm going to let Nancy hold this because Nancy's pretty lucky. So they stacked the thing through and got it out, and as we're going along, and Nancy's punching a few numbers out. They didn't, mark the cards, they punched the numbers out, and we got to about 5 or 7 minutes into it, and geez, she said, we need one more number. Now Wally's starting to get interested. So he said, let me touch that card too, see if I can. Well, sure enough, the next number, it's ours, bingo. Well, we did have to share with another person on the other side of the road. But we ended up with $500 for our $10 each investment. So Wally got $250, and that covered all his expenses while we were on the boat, and he was some thrilled with that. So now when I ask him for $10 for some of these things, he doesn't complain quite as much. We love you both, and we congratulate you both, and we'll relate it to you, back in April, but we caught up with you before the year was over.
Mr. Avelino, where are you? Cliff, do you mind if I read your story? Is that okay? Okay, he wouldn't come up, so I'll read it. He wrote funny memories about Wally. This is from Cliff Avelino and Lou, and they've been friends for a long time, and Cliff is over there hiding by Ross. And he wrote, we have enjoyed Wally and Joan's company for many years, many years. Wally likes to travel, so about 15 years ago, Cliff and Wally decided to go to a sport weekend in Philadelphia to see that Patriots play and to cruise Atlantic City. I think Wally and I were the oldest guys on the trip, and the only ones that were not smoking pot. I didn't know you were around people like that. Even then, we were the straight old guys. Didn't even do well at the casinos either. Another time, and I do remember this, Ross, Wally, and I were coming back from dinner in Laconia. So, yakking as usual, Wally wasn't paying attention to his driving. You know that speed trap on Route 3 going into Holiness? Yep, you guessed it. Wally was spoken to politely by the nice officer, but Wally, still yakking, got out of the ticket all by himself, with no help from Ross. We have had good times, good conversations, and good laughs. And even though Wally isn't eating as many of Joan's wonderful meatballs these days, doesn't he look wonderful? Well, let's get out of here. And looking better for it, we look forward to more evenings together. We applaud Wally and Joan's milestone birthdays and wish them many more healthy years ahead. All of our best, Cliff and Lou Apollino. Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to get up and speak?
Yeah, I'd like to say one thing.
Yes?
I'm not going to go on the microphone.
Okay.
But I got to look at Wally's face. This is a true story. It happened 2 weeks ago.
Uh-oh.
Wally knows what I do for work. I take kids home. I'm taking this kid home, and he's got a coin. And it's in the little
Clips.
what do you call it?
Clips.
Yeah. And it's-
Plastic
yeah, and
clips.
I said, "What's that?" I said, "Well, what is it?" He says, "It's an 1885 Indian head pen," I believe is what he said. And I said, "Well, where'd you get it?" He says, "Well," he says, "there's a little coin shop in town. I bet this old guy." And I got it. That's the truth.
Yeah.
There must be another shop, I don't know. I must have been talking about Paul Wolfson.
Mr. Berg, would you like to come up?
I've got some memories of Wally, and Ross had a great lead-in. I wouldn't say it was cheap, just very brutal. I can remember when there was discussion of Rumley joining the high school in the co-op. The area school thing had run out of 20 years. And we had a committee of Dave Patridge, Art Morrow, and Wally Morabito. And we didn't have to worry about the money, but I can remember, it may have been Vernon stood up and he said, if Hyde Pocket's Morabito's for this, it must be a great deal for the town. The second one, Wally and I were selecting at one time together, and we had some good times and a couple difficult times, and we worked through that, but the school, they were going to put an addition over to the school, and everything was pretty well set. The town had raised the money, and I think it was around $300,000. And we were going to try to do the financing, so Wally and I were kind of put in charge of raising the money. And I can remember Paul Dulac was the superintendent of schools at the time. He brought in one of the people for the bond counseling, and Paul came in with a suitcase, an attaché case rather, and all dressed up, and went through the spiel, and he wanted, I think it was 5.25% at the time. And Wally asked the question, for your services, what's that going to cost us? And he says, $10,000. Well, we said, $10,000, what do we get out of it? And the fellow started to explain all the things he was doing. And Wally said, well, we've got a very nice visit. I think we can do better on our own. And he went down on the main street in Plymouth, and we got it for 4.95% and saved $10,000. So, but the best story I have with Wally occurred about 7 years ago. It was a very, very cold January day. And I was driving through the village, and I saw Dave Patridge out in his yard, and he was hooking up his trailer, and I stopped, and I said, what the hell are you doing, Dave? He says, I got a call from Wally Morbido. He's over in Hudson Falls, New York. His truck won't run, his van won't run, and he thinks the transmission's gone. And he's then going over to pick up he and Joan. He's at a show over there. And I said, Dave, you want me to ride over with you so we have some company? And he said, I'd appreciate that. So we finished hooking the trailer up, and about a half hour later, we took off for Hudson Falls, New York. Driving over, and we chit-chatting, and we got to about Rutland, Vermont, and the conversation, of course, went to Wally, and how frugal he was. And we started, just putting together this theory of where Wally would be staying. And we said, oh yeah, we know Wally. He's probably got a 1930 or 1940 vintage cabin somewhere in New York. Maybe no running water. He's convinced Joan that this is a real hanging street. And, we just went on here for about an hour about Wally and how tight he is with money and how poor Joan has to put up with it. And we were just, saying, so we got to Hudson Falls, and the Pine Motel, I think was the name of it. We're driving through Hudson Falls, looking at these very nice motels, and there's no Pine Motel. And folks, we passed this place that was 1930s vintage cabins, and there's Joan outside, huddled up, trying to warm up in the rays of the sun. And we drove up. We didn't really think it was them, but it was. And we turned around and we drove over, and there's Wally. He's trying to convince us that this was really the only place left in town. I kid you not, it wasn't on the sills very well. It had plastic around it. But the best part of it was, he tried to convince us that this wasn't all it appeared to be, but they had no running water. The water had frozen up. And so it was a great laugh. I mean, David and I were just about in tears laughing about it, because we had described this place for Wally would be staying. On the way back, David says to Wally, you're going to buy us dinner at our choice. And Wally says, well, that's okay, that's okay. But you know how nervous he gets every time we went by a very expensive restaurant. You could see, he bites his nails over it. He was getting real nervous. And we did stop, but we've had some great times here.
I have a message from Mr. Sherman. I went over and asked if he'd like to say something, and he said, just let him know he and your grandmother have all my money. Because Mr. Sherman collects coins and planes, and he's been buying plane memorabilia for my grandmother for years, and coins for my dad. So I thought that was fun. I wanted to read something from that my cousin Cheryl wrote, who is my mother's niece. And I just thought it was really neat. She just added it today, and I was looking at it. Because I remember this well. We would go up every Christmas to visit. Happy 60th birthday from the Ray kids. We will be forever grateful for the always thoughtful McDonald's gift certificates. My Aunt Phyllis has 8 children. So every year on the way to Aunt Phyllis's, we would get gift certificates from McDonald's because we couldn't think of 8 things to buy for 8 children, all different ages. We can always count on a Big Mac around the holidays. Thanks again for all of your thoughtfulness. Michael, Joanne, Danny, Gordon, Alicia, Lenny, Ernie, Cheryl. We love you, the Rays. And did I miss anyone? Is there any shy person out there who would like to speak before we move on? Okay, my little gift to them is... Oh, Mr. Stein, are you over there? Would you like to get up and speak? I would love it if you would. Come on up, Mr. Stein. Don't be shy. Charlie Stein. In case you don't know Charlie Stein, he used to own the... What is it called? The steak barn. Tell you about a steak barn, right? I just say whatever comes to your mind.
Well, matter of fact, I was just going to talk about that. We all got the memo. We all got the memo to try to come up with something funny. I couldn't think of anything funny except that Wally and I were both in the food business. And, from New Hampshire. The only one who would appreciate that humor is Steve. But we did a great trip a few years ago. I want to bring some culture into his life. What? I wanted to bring some culture into Wally's life, and Ross needed it also, as did Arthur and amongst others, and Richard over there. But anyhow, we got down to Yankee Stadium, and as we tooled into the stadium, it was Wally said, "Well, this is too easy," and we had a great time. And I wanted to dispel all this thought that Wally's cheap, because we went to dinner at the Palm Restaurant, which is known probably about the most expensive restaurant in New York City. So there you go there. And the highlight of our day was the following day we went over to the Yogi Berra Museum in over in Jersey at Montclair State College. And it was closed, and all the guys were saying, "Oh, well, we can't get in." I said, "Hey guys, just come to New York, we'll get it." So I went over and knocked on the door, and Yogi was there and let us in. And that was really one of the highlights of our lives, to spend the morning with Yogi and who was the other one? And Larry Doby. Yeah, that was kind of an interesting pair of guys. So it's been fun. Wally and I have been. Wally's been my advisor in my financial dealings, which has kept me just afloat. God bless you guys, and it's been 30 years, you know that? Holy cow. God bless, time flies when you're fun. I didn't sign up for this job yet.
Thank you. Roz, do you mind if I share your little poem? I have to share this because this tells a little bit about Mom, because she's definitely becoming a cat lady. She has cat everything now. So Roz wrote you a nice poem. She did her homework very well, I might say. It's all nicely tight. She sent it in ahead of time so I could mount it. Just kidding. I've sat and thought of what to say, what to wish you on your day. So here's a simple little ditty, my attempt at being witty. I've racked my brain but drew a blank, so I'm simply going to be frank. I want to tell you here and now, you really are the cat's meow. That's happy birthday in feline language. Sincerely, Roz. And of course, she has little cats on it for Mom. And before we eat dinner, I'd like to do a little something for them that I prepared. And before I forget, I just wanted to remember to tell you there's some party favors on the table on the way out. If you could, hopefully you'll remember to take one. They're just pictures of Mom and Dad, skinny Dad. Recent picture. And everyone is welcome to take one. And we're going to do a couple of Frank Sinatra songs. We figured that was appropriate. And by the way, we have all of our cousins here from Marblehead, Mass. Right over Vera and Jidge. And Linda and Jacqueline and Janet and Alexa. Did I say that right? And Hugh. And we just want to thank you guys for coming all that way. And my Aunt Phyllis and Cheryl came all the way from Wyndham and Woburn. Thank you so much for coming all the way. Okay, are we ready? Out of the tree of life you just picked out a plum. She came along and everything started to hum. Still it's a real good bet, the best is yet to come.
around. You think you've flown before, but baby, you ain't left the ground. Wait till you're locked in her embrace. Wait till he draws you near. Wait till you see that sunshine place. Ain't nothing like it here. The best is yet to come, and baby, won't that be fine? The best is yet to come, come rain or shine. Come rain or shine. Come rain or shine. Now I have a pretty song. Also by Frank Sinatra, yeah, 16 years. One sec, can I get right to you, Ed? One sec. What did you say, Ed?
He wants to say a few words.
Okay. Ed, would you come up here and right after I sing, I'll leave? Hey, wait, it's my turn. Sorry. Okay. And one more song, also from Frank Sinatra. Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. Can't look at you. For it's hard, you'll find, to be narrow of mind when you're young at heart. You can go to extremes, impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams, and life gets more exciting with each passing day. And love is either in your heart or on its way. Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth to be young at heart? For as rich as you are, you know he keeps his money, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you could survive to 105, just think of the things that you would derive. But here is the best part. You have the best start if you are among the very young at heart. If you are among the very young at heart. The best is yet to come, the baby, won't that be fine? The best is yet to come, come rain or shine. Come rain or shine. Come rain or shine. I love you, Dad. You probably have 10 minutes. And then I think we'll be having dinner. Ed drove up in his vintage car today, his Volkswagen Beetle.
Brought this all the way down for you.
Oh,
Thank you very much, Chris, and Paula, for inviting me out here. And congratulations, you. Happy birthday. You're so lucky. I came down here to tell you, these people that, when they first moved here, they lived in my house. In fact, they bought my house. They came together. And we used to live out here. What, is your mother here? She said, I thought you moved back to Medford. Congratulations. Anyway, I brought this token of appreciation. You've been bellying for years here. Wrap it up and show it around. It came all the way from Alaska.
Is there an invoice in there?
I used to be a bus driver. I took 2 generations to school. And we used to play trivia on the bus all the time. Well, one of the questions I used to ask them, name 2 capitals in the United States that end the letter U. Anybody here know?
Well, give me a minute. Wait, you have to give us a minute.
Say it loud.
We need a minute. 1 minute. Let's see.
Bunch of dummies. All right. Okay. The other thing I have to say is, anybody here know why fire trucks are painted red?
They didn't have enough yellow paint?
I'll tell you. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. There are 12 inches in a ruler. The Queen Mary was also a ruler. The Queen Mary was also a ship. And the ship sailed on the sea. And there were fish in the sea. The fish had fins. And the fins fought the Russians. So therefore, they always paint fire trucks red because they're always Russian. Thank you.
I think, since I'm a teacher, I'll start having 1 table at a time for the buffet. Who's the most quiet table? I'm looking for the quiet table. But we're going to go up and do a buffet. Steve and Jen prepared us a wonderful buffet with some Italian.
Joan, I've never seen you speechless till tonight. Happy 60th. We'll see you at your 70th, 80th, and 90th. Love you. Hey, Joan, you Wally. I wish you well. Okay. Happy birthday, Joan Wally.
Hi, Wally. I just want to say happy birthday. We're very happy to be here. We had a great time. We love farming. We love everything about New Hampshire. And Aggie, we want to tell you how much we love Agatha Chevadoni. I know that you probably remember stories going way back to my mother tells us. Auntie Vera tells us all the time. So happy birthday to you both.
It's Charlie Stein, and one of my fondest memories I have of Charlie and Wally is back in the early 70s, we were both in the food business. Coming down here, I was in night food, and they were in the breakfast business. And we used to have breakfast here every day. And we'd sit for hours and hours, not lying to each other. But that was okay, because we love you.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, John Wally.
Happy birthday, Joan and Wally.
Hi, Wally. Hi, Joe. Happy birthday. Must be a bummer turning 60.
Hi, Wally. You're not going to get it today.
Happy birthday, Wally.
It's yet to come.
Hi, Wally. Glad to be here.
I'll take it.
Yes, I just did.
Thank you, thank you.
It's not. This one's very much.
First, I'd like to thank everybody.
Take it to the microphone.
A lot of you came a long distance, and it's appreciated. Some of the stories about my frugality may have been exaggerated. But there will be a box on the way out. If I could have put together a guest list.